from you?
Yes, obviously.
Right. And if he says, my God, is he your friend or is he your God?
He was obviously talking about the Father. We know he's
If you are saying, I'm going to my God, obviously you're saying, I'm going to my friend. You're saying, I'm going to my God. So Jesus has a God that he's going to. Is that what the understanding is?
Yes, he's calling his Father God on that occasion.
He's
Now,
informing them.
we've got to look at the whole picture. If you look at the whole picture, you can see that the Father has roles and the Son has roles within the Godhead, but they're in unity. There's no disagreement on any single issue between the Father and the Son, ever.
Is the Godhead God?
Yes, the Godhead is God.
How many gods is the Godhead?
There's one God in three persons.
I want to know what Godhead. How many gods is the Godhead?
There's one God in three persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Slow down. I am not talking about God. I'm talking about Godhead. The word you use just now. So the Godhead is how many gods?
There's one God in three persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Now,
try to answer the question.
I have answered the question.
I am not asking
You don't
about,
like the answer, but I've given you the answer.
I'm not
One
talking
God,
about,
three persons.
listen, Sid. I am not talking about God. You know what I'm talking about? Godhead. There's a difference between God and Godhead. How many gods is the Godhead? So my question is to do with Godhead. Is the Godhead one God, two gods, three gods, many gods? That's the question I'm asking. How many gods is the Godhead?
The way I see it, I am man, you are man, he is man, we are all men, okay? Now, we are three men. Now, if we were the Godhead, we would be in total agreement. There would be nothing at all, no disagreement between us on any single issue. We would be three different men in total agreement. But when they talk about we are one because we are completely agreed on every single issue. Okay?
So now, that explanation answers the question. How many gods is the Godhead?
Okay, there is one God in three persons, three different people, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Let me start with a simple question. How many gods are there? Simple question. How many gods do you believe in?
I told you. You may not like the answer, but that's the answer. But you see,
How many gods?
you can't understand this because the Quran tells you that if you associate Jesus with Allah, then you'll go to hell.
So how many gods do
Or
you
if you
believe
say
in?
three, then you'll go to hell.
We can examine your belief.
Can't do what I believe.
Look, remember, because you were reluctant to answer how
says
many
in the Bible.
God is the Godhead, I'm making it simple for you by asking you how many gods are there you believe in.
There's one God.
Good. So you believe
The
in one
Lord our
God.
God, the Lord is one.
Good. Very good. That's the straightforward answer.
It's referring to three persons.
Good. So
Total unity.
this one God is three persons. Good. My next question. How many gods is the Godhead?
I've answered the question.
Oh, you haven't?
I have.
And what was your answer? Remind me one more
One
time.
God and three persons.
So the Godhead is one God.
Yes.
Okay, good. So if the Godhead is one God, is Jesus the Godhead?
Jesus is part of the Godhead.
Right. So remember, the Godhead is one God. Jesus is part of Godhead, so he's part of God. So he's part of God.
Part of the Godhead.
Yeah.
He is God.
Listen, because the Godhead is one God, and if you're part of this Godhead, you're part of this one God. So you're not one God. So Jesus is not one God, he's part of one God. As you define.
The difference is this. In the pagan world, you have a God of the sea, a God of the skies, a God of the earth, a God of travel. You have different gods which have different areas of authority. Okay? We don't believe in different gods with different areas of authority. We believe in three persons in total unity which cover everything. Okay? So that's why there's a massive difference between Christian belief and pagan belief. The three persons of the Godhead have different roles to play. Like Jesus says, for instance, the Father judges no one, but has given all judgment to the Son. But he also says, the Son doesn't know the day or the hour, the Father chooses that. So the Father chooses...
But on the hour, the Son does all the judging. Now this is the wrong. Now there's not disagreement between the Father and the Son. It's not the Son wants to choose the time but can't, or that the Father wants to judge but it's not fair because the Son has been given the role of judging. There's no disagreement. It's just that this is the different roles that each performs within the Godhead.
Right. Now, just to clarify to what I understood, you told very clearly, unambiguously, Godhead is one God in three persons. Yeah? Godhead is how many God? You said one God. Okay, Godhead is one God. I said, or I asked you, is Jesus one God? Or is Jesus the Godhead? You said no. Jesus is part of the Godhead. Because the Godhead is one God, and Jesus is part of this one God, so Jesus is not one God. He's a part of one God. Do you follow? Godhead is one God. Jesus is not the Godhead, he's part of Godhead. So, because the Godhead is one God, and Jesus is part of this Godhead, he's part of this one God. So Jesus himself is not one God. He's part of one God. Is that right?
Look, that's your language. That's not mine.
That's what you have explained to me.
No, well, you've tried to make something out of it.
I didn't make anything out of it. I simply understood, or trying to understand from your belief. You believe Godhead is one God. Yes. Jesus himself is not that Godhead. He's part of it. So, because he's part of it, he's part of this one God. How many parts of God is he? Of this one God?
God the Father, God the Son.
So if you have one God, Jesus is part of this one God. Is he 1/3? 1/4? How much part of this one God?
Well, there's three persons.
No, how much of the part of this one God is Jesus?
Each one is totally God.
No. Because each
Jesus
one
is totally God. The Father's totally God. The Holy Spirit is totally God.
Now you're changing your definitions. Is Jesus the Godhead? You said no. I'm talking about Jesus in relation to the Godhead. Jesus is part of Godhead in your own admission. How much part of the Godhead is Jesus? How much part? He cannot be all of it, as you said. He has to be less than the Godhead, which is less than one God, because Godhead is one God, according to you. So Jesus is less than one God.
The problem is you're trying to use language.
That's what we are speaking. We can't speak without languages,
God,
right? With you.
We're talking about God. You see, God is eternal. He's always existed. Jesus has always existed. The Father's always existed. The Son's always existed. The Holy Spirit's always existed.
Who came first?
Yet it says, well, they're eternal.
Who came first? The Father or the Son? Who came first?
They're all eternal. They're all outside of time.
Sid, as an intelligent person, you know very clearly the Son does not precede the Father. The Father comes first, then the Son.
All three are outside of time.
Listen.
You see, in our heads, in our minds, it's difficult to comprehend a world where there's no time limit.
Let's understand something. When you use the word Son, the Son
is eternal.
Is the Son concurrent in beginning with no beginning with the Father?
Yes.
So why is he called a son, not a brother? Why is the Son called a son of the Father and not a brother or a twin? Why not?
I don't know.
Because you use language to describe Son comes from the Father. In your creed, the Son proceeds from the Father. Does the Okay, in your Orthodox belief in Christendom,
Jesus was sent from the Father.
Is the Logos?
He's eternal. Jesus said he was eternal. He said, before Abraham was, I am. He's eternal.
Does the Father proceed from the Logos, or the Logos proceed from the Son? From the Father, sorry.
Both, it says, were in the beginning. The Logos, it says, was in the beginning.
I'm asking you this question about your creed. I want to see how much you are going to explain to me your belief. In your belief, do you have this faith that the Father and the Son, the relationship is that the Son proceeds, the Logos proceeds from the Father, or the Father proceeds from the Son, from the Logos?
The Son only proceeded from the Father in the sense that the Son was sent by the Father.
Before the universe was created. Before the universe was created.
It says they're eternal, I told you. It says in the beginning is the Logos, and it was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Which beginning?
In the beginning.
Which beginning?
Well,
you have a problem now. You have now brought in our table a discussion which is very interesting. In the beginning. Eternity has no beginning. But you're now saying there was a beginning. Which beginning? So now you have a beginning of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit?
Well, in the beginning, when time was brought into the world, if you like, when time started.
But did the Father and Son exist before time?
Yes.
Right. So why do you say in the beginning then?
They're outside of time, because there was a beginning for this world.
Did the Son have a beginning?
No.
Good.
So
eternal. Before the universe was created, was the Son proceeding eternally from the Father?
Yes.
Okay. Was the Father proceeding eternally from the Son?
Well, both were together.
That's not my question. Was the Father proceeding eternally from the Son or from the Holy Spirit?
I don't know what you mean by that question.
You said the Son proceeded eternally from the Father.
I said only
you understood.
In the sense,
you understood that
only
one.
in the sense that the Son came to earth.
Before he came to earth,
by the Father to the earth.
Before earth was sent.